Genesect in the Douse Drive is coming into Pokemon Go for raid battles from Tuesday the 2nd of November all the way until the 9th, and this is the first time the drive will have a shiny. So let's go over everything you need to know about this Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trader Club, here we go! I do not know why it's taken so long to release each and every drive as a shiny and elongating these Genesects in Pokemon Go. I don't know why Pokemon Go gets so obsessed with Pokemon, but unfortunately, the Genesect is the one they're obsessed with right now. So Genesect is a bug and a steel-type Pokemon. This Pokemon is going to max out at 3,791, so it's not a crazy high meta attacker-type Pokemon. However, the shiny is a gorgeous-looking ruby red, so a lot of people do desire this Pokemon, and since it is a bug and a steel-type Pokemon, this means it is going to be double weak to fire. Yes, it has one weakness, double weak to fire, which is going to make it extremely vulnerable and easy for us to take down. It has an attack of 252, a defense of 199, and a stamina of 174, which makes it a little bit more heavy towards the attack category. And this Pokemon is going to double resist grass as well as poison, and single resist bug, dragon, fairy, ice, normal, psychic, as well as steel, which is quite a long list and very impressive. Maybe it will be good for PvP. We will check that out later in this video. And also, if you guys do need more raid battles, please check the pinned comments below, jump into the Discord, totally free, or you can join the Patreon to get you more exclusive premier Discord raider access, or even become on my friends list and raid with us. And as far as its movesets, it's going to get Fury Cutter as well as Metal Claw, and then for the charge moves, it will get Magnet Bomb, Gunk Shot, X Scissor, and then finally it will get the Douse Drive Techno Blast move, which for this one is going to be the water version. Which then leads us to the 100% IVs. So it is going to be 1916 at level 20 in every condition, but those two conditions, which are going to be snowy weather or rainy weather, that will get it boosted all the way to level 25 at 2395. Which then leads us to how many trainers is it going to take down this Pokemon. So it's going to take 1.22 trainers if you are using level 40 Pokemon. Not your trainer level is 40, because the trainer level in this game really doesn't matter that much. It matters where your Pokemon level is, except for the fact that at level 38 you can power up your Pokemon to level 40, and at level 40 you can max your Pokemon to level 50. So technically you could have a level 40 trainer that has more Stardust and has powered up stronger counters than a level 50 trainer that has just done a bunch of raid battles and has a bunch of XP that doesn't have a lot of powerful Pokemon. So you always have to take that as the #1 most important part. And if you are going to go after this in sunny weather with level 50 Pokemon, fire types, obviously, which we're going to go into the top counters here in a second, you will be able to take it down in 0.93 trainers, which means it is soloable. However, it will be a challenge, so make sure you're up for it. So the #1 counter for this Pokemon is going to be Mega Blaziken with Fire Spin and Blast Burn Calm Day moveset. #2 is going to be Charizard in the Blast Burn as well as Fire Spin. Okay, so those are the first two, which are going to be Mega Pokemon. You can choose either of them. They're very close in stature. And then in #3 spot, we have the Reshiram with the Fire Fang and Fusion Flare. So we have really good counters, budget megas at the first two. Obviously, you can only use one. And then Reshiram is extremely strong with that moveset. So this Pokemon does very, very well against the Genesect. So I'm very excited about that. And let's talk about the Mega, since we've talked about Megas already, that is going to help get you more XL candy for this Genesect if you so desire. So this is going to be a bug as well as a steel type Pokemon. We are looking at Beedrill, Scissor, or Pinsir. So any of those three, as long as they're Mega level 3, will work here. And to add on to the bug type, Kyogre does also boost bug type because it covers all rainy weather conditions. Or we can go steel typing, which would be Aggron or Steelix. And now back to the counters. So in spot #4, brand new Shadow, a little bit challenging to get, but we have the Fire Spin as well as the Overheat on the Chandelure. Spot 5, Incinerate and Sacred Fire Plus on the Apex Ho-Oh. In spot 6, we have Fire Spin and Overheat on the Shadow Moltres, which maybe I'm gonna have to max out my Shadow Moltres for raids here. Shadow Blaziken in 7 with Blast Burn, and in spot 8, we have the Fire Fang Overheat on the Shadow Entei, which I can't wait for all of the Shadow Cats to enter into the raids. In spot #9, we are gonna have Heatran with Fire Spin as well as Magma Storm, which is the new fire move on that Pokemon. And then finally, in the next spot, we are gonna have the Fire Spin and the Blast Burn on the Shadow Charizard. In spot 18, we're gonna have Fire Fang and Overheat on the Darmanitan, so that's a budget counter there. In spot 21, we are going to cover the regular Blaziken. And in spot 29 and 30, we are looking at a couple other Pokemon, Delphox as well as Flareon. Okay, so now that you have all the counters, the budget counters, and everything you need to know about the XL candy, let's talk about the weather boost. So for this Pokemon, it's getting weather boosted in the snowy weather and the rainy weather, which will also affect all of its movesets. It will not be attacking with the Douse Drive. To my knowledge, it will only be able to be caught with that Pokemon, and that is going to be how this Pokemon operates. And as far as our attackers go, we are looking at sunny weather weather, which is going to be the most effective to take down this Pokemon, which will be the only weather condition which will allow us to do these solo. It will be challenging, but it will be able to be done. And if not, the duo is extremely easy, and it's even easier if you do use party play in Pokemon Go. So now let's switch over to see if this Pokemon is going to be good or worth our time to go after raiding for it. The strongest move on Genesect is going to be Metal Claw and Magnet Bomb at 35.34. Then if we do want to see the Douse Drive, the Burn Drive, and everything like that, they're all going to be Metal Claw combination with 34.11 as the strength. So looking at this Pokemon, it is pretty good. It's not above 40. Remember, 40 is going to be really that meta attacker starting to breach into the top 5. So let's see where it does sit in the steel category, and then we'll go into the bug. Unfortunately for this Pokemon, it is competing against Metagross, and Metagross is very, very powerful. At the top, the Mega is going to be at 52.59, the Shadow is going to be 50.42, and the Regular is going to be 43.61, followed by the Shadow Excadrill at 40.15. We have the Dialga at 38.7, Mega Aggron, Mega Scizor, Mega Lucario, not out yet obviously, nor is the Crown Sword Zacian, why I skipped it. And then we have Genesect at the bottom in the 10th spot overall at 35.34, and if we do go to the second page, we can see the Regular Excadrill at 34.67. So Metagross, being a budget counter and a pseudo legendary, is already well suited above this Genesect. So powering up one of these Genesects to use as a steel attacker is not really the best use of your resources. But now let's check it out in the bug category, because maybe it'll do well there. At the top, we have Mega Heracross, not out yet, but Mega Pinsir is there at 40.85. Pheromosa, another legendary, well, technically Ultra Beast at 38.95, but it is still premium XL candy, so we'll consider it that. Then we have Mega Scizor, Mega Beedrill, then we have Shadow Pinsir at 35.96, Scizor at 35.53, and then we have the Genesect at 33.4. And then if we do go to the next page, we have the Vikavolt at Bug Bite and X-Scissor at 33.34, followed by the Yanmega at 33.11. So looking at this Pokemon, going from 34 to 33 is not really that big of a deal for a bug attacker, but bug attackers are weak in general in the grand scheme of things, because if we're talking about Mewtwo, which is going to be a psychic Pokemon that's going to be weak to Dark, Ghost, and Bug, we're going after the Dark and the Ghost well before we would ever consider using a bug type Pokemon. Even one of these Megas, man, those Dark type and Ghost type Pokemon are extremely strong categories in the game, so unfortunately Bug doesn't hit quite there. And as far as the steel typing, the Metagross is a budget counter. You don't have to pay for the XL candy, and it's extremely strong in this game, especially with that Meteor Mash Comday move, which it must have, which will require an Elite Charge TM. But what about GBL? Because maybe it could be worth there with all of those resistances. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 60 and 89. Unfortunately, you cannot trade this Pokemon, so you can't really manipulate the stats to try to get a better suited one for the Ultra League. But in the Master League, the Chill will be 43, the Burn will be 63, and the Douse will be 67. So you're really going to have to play with this Pokemon, I would suggest, before maxing it out, because that doesn't make sense. Play with it first, see if you like it, see if it fits in with your team, see if it does well with some of the GBL meta, and then if you find that useful, you can max it out. The moveset will be Fury Cutter, Magnet Bomb, and the Techno Blast, which is the Douse version here. But it's not the best Genesect in PvP for the Master League, so just a forewarning right there. So would I suggest maxing it out? My vote is going to be no. You guys can do whatever you want because it's your game, but I'm just going to go here and provide all the resources, knowledge, and expertise that will help you make the best decisions in Pokemon Go, because remember, Stardust is a very useful resource, but it is definitely a grind to be able to acquire. So I want to make sure you guys save your money, time, resources, and everything, and use it to the best of your abilities at Pokemon Go. So thank you guys for being here as always, to all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes your support, subscribe to next level. I'm gonna see you guys out in the next video. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.